Hey guys, Trace here, and we're gonna be keeping on with Super Adventure Island 2. Thought I'd start today by showing you what happens if you decide to dive into the water as Krabby Higgins. And then you're equipped with your fist, so kinda lame, but it doesn't hurt you, so whatever. Off camera, I went ahead and turned back on the switches in Hiya Hiya and in Boa Boa. That'll let us explore a little bit more easily, and in a couple places save us from some spikes, and I'm enjoying bouncing. Then here's the first example of how having switches turned on will help us. Jump up here, and the one switch that we probably wouldn't have turned off, the light switch, is still on. This should be a valuable lesson to everybody. You get money for having things turned on. 500 coins is not a lot considering what we're saving up for, but, you know, every little bit helps, especially when you consider that the coins we collect from enemies just add up one at a time. This is very jolly music. And now we meet some starfish. I think we might have seen one of those in one of the racing games at the casino. This is the first island where we don't get all three major pieces of equipment, a sword, a shield, and armor, like, in the same level. We get an armor and a sword, but not a shield. And that's the magic bottle, which gives us the new, not equipment, gives us the new magic spell, Blizzard, which summons several Terrans, Protoss, and Zerg to wipe out our enemies. Good luck getting that one. But actually that shouldn't be too hard to get. What am I saying? I lost my train of thought. 1,000 coins, yippee. The nice thing about having 5 magic bottles too is that now we can use the feather spell to get back to the beginning of the level, and then the wing spell to warp somewhere else. Because you can't use the wing spell within a level, you have to use it on the overworld. I'll show y'all at some point. Ah, screw that. This area is a lot more linear than I remember it being when I was little. Here we finally get one of the cool new upgrades for this area. And I guess I could show off the Blizzard attack too, but I'll hold off on that. Of course it doesn't work on bosses, like any good Doomsday spell in an action RPG. Don't you hate that? I have powers that can kill with a thought, except for people who I really need to kill. They just suck. Works well in water, so presumably it doesn't rust or something like that. They start to get less creative with the descriptions as time goes on. It's kind of funny. You may or may not have noticed, but the shape of that little area that we were just in was that of an octopus. I wonder what the boss is gonna be. Man, sorry to sound upbeat. I have a terrible headache right now. I'm kind of out of it. So I don't really know why I'm recording at the moment. I just felt like playing some more. Continue down here. Keep going. Oh, we can go kind of harpooning, I guess, is the gerund. Not the gerund, I'm talking about the action verb. Again, headache. No control over what my brain's doing. But you can down jab with your sword into the water and take out those crabs. It's kind of fun to do. No, I didn't mean to get the fireballs. Actually, now that I think about it, you can't make that. I remember the first time I played that, I spent like a good hour trying to get there before I just kept going and saw that it really didn't make a difference. Right here, we find a switch, so of course we press it. That's always something good to do. The astute viewer may realize that, hey, that's the switch that Tina was talking about that drained the water. So then, does that mean that we're gonna see some really funny fish out of water coming up? You betcha. fact, you can engage in some major acts of animal cruelty. See, look, they're just helpless. So, why not? I lived in New Orleans for a time and really hated it, so take that, crawfish-looking guys. The music in this game is really something. I never really appreciated it too much. Poka Poka, Haya Haya, and the last level, Fowa Fowa, I always knew that those were good tunes, but like this level I never really appreciated. So now that we've drained the water, we can come up here, and there are a lot more places in this level open to us now, but in particular, we can turn off the aqua switch. Now I think that's good for getting one thing, and then we're going to want to turn it right back on. But I'll probably turn it back on off camera. Oh look, it's a warp from somewhere else. The problem is that the 2 islands surrounding this, even though this is... We're a little bit past the halfway point of the game, but the 2 islands surrounding this are islands that we'll get to much later. From here, go down. Wait a second. Oh. Forgot something important. This way leads to the stone monolith-looking thing that we'll get to later on, but we can come in here for a moment and get Thunder Sword. Works well in water, I bet, with a name like that. And a little bit more exploring will save some time later, because there's a hot spring over here. Fun fact about the platforming in this game. If you hit an enemy, and then try and land on one of these springs during your invincibility, or even one of those stone platforms, you'll fall right through it. Trust me, I tried that a couple times. So, south of there is where we're going to be going much later, but for now, I'm going to settle with just getting to this hot spring here. That water has an odd color to it. I don't know what it is. Also, if you tried to use Feather here, you wouldn't just warp back to the beginning of the little mini area that we're in. You would warp back to the very beginning of Pucka Pucka Island, which is annoying. And now we can head on to the boss. Although I feel like I must be forgetting something, because I know there was something you could get by turning the aqua switch off. But oh, it's right here. After I get embarrassed by some starfish. Style fail. Another magic bottle. That will give us power boost. We can turn invincible for a short time. And while that one actually does work on bosses, the problem with the boss coming up here is that you fight it in the water, and you cannot use magic underwater. So it's kind of bad. I'm gonna go see what's down. Oh, wait, no. We're gonna go see what's down there once we get over to this side. Oh, Higgins. That's gonna seriously screw up your back, man. Enough of that noise, as the kids say nowadays. I don't know why I say it like that. I'm in my 20s. What is this? I kind of think this is life. Yep. Cool, so now I have 4 whole heart containers. Which is sweet. Knock knock. Sometimes this does work as an offensive weapon, especially if you're lazy like me and don't feel like changing back to your sword. Oh, fine. Be that way. Dumb game. I didn't mean that game. I really like you. In that way. Maybe it's safe to switch back to the sword now? I don't know. Alright, now here's the boss, and it's a long walk to the boss from here. So that is what we're going to pick up next time. Isn't that such a pretty face? So, until then, have a nice day, and don't find yourselves on any islands where the water can spontaneously drain if somebody pushes a switch. Bye now.